Okay, so this is called slopes. And the first thing you'll see when you load up this map is there's shorefish on the east and the west. And wow, there's a relic there. The relic's not supposed to be on the pond like that. It's supposed to be on that side. And then you have deer in the north and the south, okay? So it's fixed positions for those resources, and then very tiny little nuggets of wood in the center, and a lot of stone and gold sprinkled in the middle between the players. So on one hand, you might want these resources, but they're very exposed. On the other hand, you might want to pressure those resources, not take them, and then pressure the center instead. So you have like wood on the outer edge, you have extra food for the early game on the outer edge, and then you have gold and stone sprinkled in the middle. And the civilizations, Winchester, who's in the red, he's gone for Mongols, so that tells us if he's prepared, he's probably going out to this hunt. And then we have FedEx, who has gone for Indians. Now, in previous sets, Indians were not picked for this for a variety of different reasons. I believe some players have been globally banning Indians because they think that's a troublesome civ to face off against, not only on this map, but possibly El Dorado, which we haven't seen yet. I'm really excited to see the build order, though, because I played an Indians war against Slam. I played Indians versus Bulgarians against Backed. Like, I played high-level players, and I have done things differently than what they have done, and they have done things different from each other, if that makes sense. I don't think this is really... I don't think people know or have this map solved yet, and that's kind of the point. So far, neither player have gone out to the extra resources. And if you don't know this, Dave normally is the one to explain this, but if you don't know, Indians, their villagers cost less in early game, and they cost even less as the game goes on, but the big thing is that fishermen work 15% faster and carry plus 15 food, making Indian food income on shorefish vills one of the fastest sources in the game. Alright, I'm gonna chill now, because it's Dark Age, but so far, players have not gone to the sides for resources. It's so hard to wall this map. Look at the amount of little walling you would have to do. And then the annoying thing is you chop through the trees too, because there's such small wood lines. Ah, there we go. Okay. Alright, so Winchester will go out to the deer. Nice. And then would this be the time for FedEx? Ah, okay. So they brought in the boar first, and now they're going out to the shorefish and the deer. So they're actually on the same side right now. Do Indians gather from deep fish faster in El Dorado? I thought it was just shorefish. No, it is faster on the deep fish baskets. T90, what do you think of the auto scouting that will come with the update? I think people need to stop freaking out about it. That's what I think. So the new update is announced that it's going to include an option for auto scouting for very low players who barely even have hotkeys. I don't think that's really a big deal beyond anyone who's at the low level. But like, if I had $1 for every time people on the subreddit and on AoE Zone was like, oh my god, the game's gonna die. Oh my god. Oh, they added multi-queue. Oh, you click you double click the stables and just click the unit and it produces out of all of them. Oh my god, it like removes the skill. And then here we are a couple years later. Seriously, this bothers me. Here we are a couple years later and all these people on the forums that are saying that are still exactly where they were before. Viper is still exactly where he was before. Like, no, Reddit and AoE Zone, they're good thing. They're good, but sometimes if you have people who have been around the game for as long as they haven't aged, like, people are freaking out about it and they haven't even seen this new change yet. So, my point is, I think we should just see how it goes, alright? Obviously, if you can click a button and your scouts for you and it's perfect, then I think that that's probably not so good. But I expect this scouting to be pretty trash. You know, it's probably going to be scouting to the corner of the map. It's going to be moving all around. So, we'll see. But yeah, I think people need to be a little bit less reactive. And that's not just in the age community, that's just in life. Like, you turn on the TV nowadays, and it's like, oh my god! I have to think of a celebrity. Jennifer Lopez said that she doesn't like Pop-Tarts, but she clearly ate a Pop-Tart 3 years ago in this commercial. Is Jennifer Lopez a hypocrite? Can we believe anything she has said? You know, like, people just need to relax more, okay? By the way, J-Lo, I love you. So, Vinchester, because JLo totally listens to Twitch streams, Vinchester is going to be faster to the next stage, and there is a difference between the resources they're collecting right now. So, obviously it's very fast, but when you're going to the shorefish, you can wall in your villagers easier. At least on one side, though. So you palisade here and palisade here, your villas are protected. But then the villagers get stuck, and you have to re-palisade to go to the other areas. Now, did Vinchester even scout, or is he assuming? No, he scouted that. He's actually scouted both sides, which is awesome. And then FedEx, this is his point of view. Wait, is this FedEx's point of view? Yeah, okay, he's also scouted both sides. How cool is that? It promotes scouting. Now, we're going to see how things play out. There's a stable for FedEx, and we probably have a stable for Vinch now, so they're both going scouts. But, the thing that I'm considering doing from the qualifier into the main event is making the side in which those resources spawn on random. So, what that would do is promote scouting for the defender. So, obviously, they scouted to see where their opponent's taking resources. But you could assume the Indian player is going to the shorefish. You could assume the Mongol player is going to the hunt. So if it's on either side, and it's random, then, you know, maybe that would promote scouting in the early game as well. Alright, so scouts on the way. If there's scouts on the way, there's spears on the way. And right now, Vinchester seems to have a much faster start. Now remember, villagers are going to be exposed on the woodlines and berries. Players will be exposed everywhere. FedEx, though, he's looking to wall a lot right now. Now, when he chops through these wood lines, he's going to have an issue because all the other wood lines means he's going to be chopping through those walls. I really love this map. I really love this map. Okay, Vinchester gets a hit. And, oh, you know what? Does FedEx know the other scouts are over here? Vinchester wants to be sneaky. Oh, and Vinchester will not get through. That was a clutch wall off there from FedEx, who I'm hoping gets a win here. I don't want people leaving today thinking that FedEx is a scrub. I mean, to get into the qualifier, you have to be a quality player. Honestly, he's a huge legend. He's played this game for so long. Vinchester's just one of those guys who has so much speed. It's really obvious, actually, when you watch these two. Like, Vinchester was not hesitant at all to not go full wall. You see the difference? Like, Vinch is like, ah, whatever. I won't have to wall because I'm going to be more aggressive. I mean, it can catch you, it can really be bad for him sometimes. But the fact that he has not walled as quickly as FedEx just shows you the difference in play styles. And he's a chess grandmaster, exactly. Oh, it was so funny. Wait, Dave was in the same game as me. Yeah, myself, Dave, Ink, and Spring were... I think we were all drunk, at different stages of being drunk anyways. We were playing a 4v4 arena game, and we were up against FedEx and some of his Argentinian pals. I forget, Dave, what was Spring saying? Spring was like... Spring was... I don't know if he doesn't like FedEx, or if he was just drunk and he was trolling FedEx, because it's Spring. But Spring was like, oh, I play chess to make woman love... make love with me, or something like that. So we were all pretty drunk. And honestly, this is a lot funny in memory than it was with me telling this story, so I probably butchered it. But I thought it was funny, so whatever, that's all that matters. Cool story, bro. Cool story, T90. That's one of those I should have saved until Dave was around. Big difference in the gold position, isn't there? Like, this gold can easily be ranged. Vinchester's gold on the backside, a whole lot better. Well, Vinchester's added an archer range to the right side, and he's also placed a lumber camp out there. Ooh, and Vinchester, he already knew that FedEx was walled. He is not full walled yet. This could actually be pretty dangerous for him. Just mentioned it a moment ago. Man, Vinchester almost has the resources to click Castle Age, but this would be the time where he's most vulnerable. This is the time where he doesn't want to create anything more. How are your quick walls, Vinchester? Because they're needed here. Oh boy. Another spear's on the way. He just fights with the Vils. Actually, that was really calm from Vinchester. He just fought with the Vils and added a few more spears to hold. Okay, what's the situation with FedEx's resources? He has 500 food and 100 gold. So he's definitely further from clicking up. Oh, and Vinchester's going to stone. I know that it's hard to wall. I know that Vinchester doesn't wall as early at times, but I am still surprised that he's left himself so exposed here. And I also don't think he knows that FedEx looped around this way. Come on, FedEx. Get a kill, man. Get a kill. Run past the Vil. There you go. There you go. Nice play. That's good work. Takes a few hits, but worth it for the Vil kill. Because otherwise these scouts are going to be useless. But does that mean Vinchester, who's also losing his scouts? He hasn't realized. You know what it was? He probably got attacked at home at the exact same time. And so the attack noise came in and he thought it was just for this attack. So he's actually lost 2 villagers now. And he lost some of his scouts there. He is on his way to Castle Age, but FedEx is right behind him. I don't think FedEx will hate this position at all. It's very risky to try and go immediately for Mangadai. I like how Vinchester thought it would be a good idea to build a farm when he still has 110 food there. Actually, it's 130 food with berries. Too stable is the play for FedEx, so he wants to go camel. Alright. Again, that's a surprise to me, only because every other time I've seen this map, it is played out into archers because of the walls. But Indian camels have that free pierce armor. They're actually never a bad idea if you have the resources for them. Yeah, people told me, well, not just people, MBL told me that FedEx has been full-time on chess. I don't know how that works. I'm not really familiar with how chess works. But apparently he's an absolute beast. Yeah, if you think about it, like, at least camels give you some mobility. You still have that free pierce armor. You're playing towards your strength as your civ. So both players will be playing towards their strengths. I can't hate the camel choice here. So, this is my concern for FedEx at the moment. He does not have this area secured. So I really feel like you need to have the side secured. And you see a town center there for Vinch. So Vinch is aware of that. Whoa, and Vinch is going... Well, first off, he's going to lose villagers on the wood line. Again, the scouts still getting some value. Okay, only one. This is as close a game as we've seen today, by the way, between these two. Vinchester, I think, was further ahead on the early stages of both the previous games. But, again, the worry... very funny how Vinchester decided to create just one single cav archer to disrupt the gold. The worry for Vinch is that the castle won't go up and he won't have the Mangadai and he won't have the numbers. The worry for FedEx is that he might not have the control of the sides because he's going to start chopping through here. But it's always tough to know what to do on this map because you could also be pressured in the center. So if you expand like Vinch is about to, then you might not have access to these stones and golds. And so FedEx is going to take the stones and golds. That's the plan anyway. Competitive chess similar to any other sport, events, and rated games. Really? Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. So, camels, the ideal unit for Indians with full armor already being created. And the castle is not up yet for Vinchester, so he's not producing his unit yet at all. Now, what Vinch did do is he went for the TCs first. So he's already on 3 TCs, and after losing some Vils and Feudal, he's catching up. And actually gaining a lead there, but it's a very risky way to play, let's just say that. And you're giving up a lot of map control. And he lost another villager. What is this? Rams? Rams? I feel like every time I see someone make rams at this stage of a game, it doesn't pay off. But rams? Wouldn't it be funny if he starts ramming down the houses and then Vinchester quickly researches nomads? I mean, this is good pressure from FedEx, and I like the split groups, but there's not many areas he can really hit. And he's just one town center until he collects the stone for the next. 3 rams. I don't know if you can justify pushing this town center because it's underneath the castle. You could justify pushing the houses in the stable. Remember, this was another home map for FedEx, so you would think that he would have some type of a strategy prepared. You can only do so much preparation, and then from there it's adapting, though. So I need to make an Age of Empires chess set, T90 as queen. Really? Me as queen? Really? Well, it could kind of suck for the Mangudai, because they would not... you'd have to rebuild the stable if you wanted to get husbandry or bloodlines. Wait, hold on a second. Vinchester's researching bloodlines right now. Bloodlines denied! Checkmate! Okay, no bloodlines for Vinch. He is creating a mango, and he has 4 Mangudai. Can we at least appreciate the fact that on this map, when you go for the early TCs like this, there is some heavy risk involved? FedEx is raiding like crazy, and Vinchester's under a whole lot of pressure right now. Okay, the camels. You just can't, unfortunately, you just can't fight underneath 2 town centers in a castle still. So all those rams to take out a stable. At least take out the houses. Do something here. Just don't see how you can push much further. But if FedEx adds a second town center... Now, look at Vinchester. I love this, man. I love this. This is so good because this means he realizes the situation he's in. He knows how important those sides are on this map. But yeah, I'm thinking if FedEx expands his town centers... expands his eco, with town centers, he could be in a great spot. Vinchester gets a few kills, loses a unit or 2, and will just run back to his castle. But cannot research husbandry because he does not have a stable. So, that could hurt. A market now for Vinch. He's still on stone, so sometimes he gets pushed off of it, but he could build another castle. I feel like maybe castling here. But then again, I'm thinking about his other stone pile. Yeah, I think it would make more sense to castle here. Because you can't really castle forward. It's a lot of units. Thumb ring and ballistics on the way for Vinch. Wow. Okay, he's about to go crazy with the micro. 65 villagers for him and 53 for FedEx. FedEx is on a second TC, and is he about to go to a third? Yes, he is. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. And with Indians, your villagers are so cheap, you can still have decent Imperial Age times. Normally, you would say that the person who's gone Mongols is only producing a unit which costs wood and gold, so they save food to go imp. But since Indian villagers, I think it's 15 or 20% cheaper in Castle Age. Which one is it? Yeah, 20% cheaper in Castle Age. That really goes a long way. Yeah, if he spotted that town center in the north, he could have pressured that. I think he knows something's up there because he can see the farm, and he's had the spearmen there. You can tell Vinch is very afraid. A second castle right there. Wow, okay. Yeah, FedEx, you just can't push this, man. You just flat out can't push this. I think he's doing the right thing with adding his economy, and then I saw the monastery was up, so he might even go for some relics. But you do need to keep your numbers alive, because the numbers are only going to grow for Vinchester. Yep, I like this. Taking that relic away. So I can't say between who, because they sworn me to, or I swore myself to secrecy, or they swore me to secrecy, I guess. There was a player who, in one game, took all deer and shorefish on the map. And still lost. That's how crazy this map can be. I was watching practice games. Looks like FedEx wants to make a push to the north. But, like, someone in FedEx's position sent villagers here to take the shorefish and sent villagers here to take deer. And took all of it, pretty much, and still ended up losing the game. It was crazy. The other guy just full walled himself and stayed in here and somehow survived. Guys, Vinchester could be in big trouble here. Oh god, and he knows that he's placing a castle there with everything. Literally every villager here he's using to build that castle. That's 28 vills. He needs to, though. That's a good play. And you know that FedEx is not expecting that. You know that he's just expecting there to be a town center. And now, with a town center and a castle, can he push this? Oh, the game could end here. There's a lot of Mangudai. I don't think you can push this. Or can you push it? Maybe if you run around? Oh, man. Vinchester has not full upgrades, but he does have bloodlines now. He does have husbandry, and he's using his villagers to take out the rams. Vinchester seems to be keeping that position. The Mangudai are not taking the easiest fight ever. In fact, he's losing Mangudai. This is crazy pressure from FedEx, though. There's still 3 rams here. Vinchester's using like 30 vills. They're all idle over here. And FedEx is taking good engagements here. So maybe if he continues to create... I see he has like 10 villagers queued up right now. He could just end up catching up on the vill count and maybe still having a similar imp time. Like, maybe. Maybe. The guy's on 5 town centers right now. Yeah, he could catch up on the vill count all right, and he has done. It's 89 villagers for him. It's 97 for Vinchester. I love the Monk Edition, and look how close the resources are. What a game we have here. Now it's Vinchester's turn, though, to pressure, and that's one thing FedEx doesn't have is some fortifications to protect his economy. He is on stone. He places 2 relics here, and he will hope to take care of that ram to keep those relics. I almost feel uneasy about this for Vinch at the moment. He does have 3 castles, but I don't know if he has the food income to go imp. I think FedEx will be an imp faster. And I also think that Vinchester could lose every single one of his Mangudai to these camels. There's some real potential. Alright. Oh, the monks are on the way, FedEx! Can you get the conversions? 1. You know what? That's better than none. That's what I say. 1 is better than 0. And FedEx is on the way to the Imperial Age, taking good engagements, guys. FedEx could do this. Vinchester still doesn't have the res to click up. And I don't think you can fight this many camels. Fantastic play from FedEx. We talked about Vinchester holding the castles. We talked about Vinchester keeping the castles up. But if you have the resources for 3 castles at that stage of the game, that means you're lacking other resources. That means... Oh, wow. He actually took out the monastery. But that means you do not have the food eco and gold eco you need to go Imperial. So for now, FedEx just has to delay. He really does need to expand to the left. I feel like that's going to be a huge, huge talking point. But... Or at least deny Vinchester from doing so. But he's definitely going to have the resources for heavy camel. Maybe even imp camel in this game. But for now, I think he does need to avoid the Mangudai. In the chokes, it's going to be tough. Why doesn't Vinch just go pikes? Well, White Walker, what happens if a high-level player with mobile camels sees Vinchester go pikes? He runs away. He'll never fight it. Just like he's doing now. He just says, oh, okay. You invested 200 food and 90 gold into the pikeman upgrade, then hundreds of food and wood into making the pikeman, and I will never fight you. So it actually would be an awful move to go pikeman here. Lower levels, sure, because you pretty much just make an army and then fight, but here, a pikeman would be a death sentence. Vinchester is on the way to the Imperial Age. Vinchester's eco has been safer over the last couple moments. And he's been running all around. Oh, and he'll continue to do so. But hold on a second. Will he just get trapped? That's my question. Because now he can't leave comfortably. Is this good or bad? I mean, over here, he's also been raiding. Vinchester's everywhere. FedEx is looking to pounce. He's getting heavy camel and he's getting the final armor upgrade. If Vinch can find a choke point to sit in, it might not end up being so bad. Like, sit right here. Oh, wow. He wants to escape. Okay, he wants to escape. He's attacking the gate. He will not get out without taking heavy losses. And then the upgrades will be in. This is such a good game. There's a forward castle from FedEx. That's a decent position to treb from. It's also denying more stone for Vinch. I see that stone is being collected over here for Vinchester, though. Also, FedEx hasn't reacted to the raid underneath this town center. I guess he tried to garrison. Just hasn't realized the situation. Okay, armor is in on the camels. They will be heavy in a moment. And the key when playing against Mongols is taking out their castles, so FedEx will start making trebs. Winchester will have the resources for Elite Mangadai. Oh my goodness, what a game. Winchester, you need to get out of here, my friends. Wait for your upgrades. And then good luck to you. 28 military for both right now. And earlier, the relics that were here from FedEx, he lost them, Winchester took them, and FedEx will take them right back. Game of the day so far here, guys. Game of the day, Indians versus Mongols, Winchester versus FedEx. Winchester has looked really good. He's looking to close out and sweep FedEx. Send him packing. Once Elite Mangadai's in, I think you have to favor Winchester. If it's Imperial Camel, it's a bit different. But with Elite Mangadai and Winchester's micro, he's just going to hit and run all damn day. And he's secured so much of the map. Castle on the right, 2 castles in the center, castle on the left. Like, this is some incredible late game prowess from Vinch. But what someone could add is FedEx could consider adding Elite Skirm. If you go Camel and Elite Skirm, it could be good. Still, the same thing applies. The thing about trash units is they're so slow, so Winchester could avoid the fights. But if you get enough of them, then it would at least protect your own eco. I just don't know if that transition is possible for FedEx right now. I think it might make a lot more sense to just streamline everything towards high camel numbers. There's a castle now on the right side as Winchester is building a siege workshop. Look at this. Hit and run. Hit and run. Hit and run from Vinch. That's not easy to do, and then you have to deal with everything else as well. Honestly, it ends up being pretty even as far as trades go, because Vinch is still losing some Mangadai. I think that was a mistake from FedEx. He lost that trip. Oh, but he sees Vinch's castle on the left. This game is not over. This game is not over, guys. You know what it is? I think FedEx has so much gold and stone secured in the center. Winchester right now has 12 on gold. Where is he getting gold from? He has relics. Does he know about that gold? Oh, no! These are his 12 on gold. He doesn't know about that gold. And FedEx has 25 on gold because he took the middle. FedEx, 147 population, 134, and for Winchester, I think it's all starting to fall apart for Winchester. How unfortunate. Wait, what if he builds a new lumber camp over here for efficiency and finds that gold somehow? Like that would change the game for him. By the way, conscription was not in before for FedEx, so his units weren't producing all that quickly. Conscription is now in. Great job to spot that castle. Uh-oh. Oh, not the Trebs. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, he loses a Treb. I also see a camel raiding over here. We could see that with Hussars. We could see Vinch go Siege Ram over here. This will take some real heavy thinking for Winchester now. Because I don't think there's any gold he can take comfortably except for this one. So there's been stages in this game where I've stressed the importance of expanding. There's been stages in this game where I've stressed the importance of taking the center. Winchester expanded more, but he did not have control of the center because he expanded more. I love this map. Heavy bias because my team and I worked on this, but I think this map produces amazing games. I don't even care if it's Mongols and Indians every single time. I don't care if it's an Indians mirror or a Mongols mirror the whole tournament. Like, this map is crazy. I don't think it will be those things, by the way, because Mongols and Indians can be strong on other maps and because of the ban system, but good God, this is sick. Why is game time not shown? Game time is shown right here. It's okay. I'm blind as well, my friend. Oh, wait a second! Winchester's building a lumber camp. Called it! Now, how long will it take him to notice the gold is there? Wait, he's farming there. Will he notice the gold is there? He has 0 on gold. He spotted the gold. 2 mining camps. Let's go, Vinch. 2 mining camps. He's not messing around. Now, he did add pikemen. It's definitely because of the lack of golds that it has to mean that FedEx needs skirm now. I love the raiding he's doing over here. We weren't able to talk about that. Winchester also, he's taking his 3rd relic there. They've just been sharing the relics. Okay, and now there are the archery ranges for FedEx. Man, FedEx, you are down 2 games in a best of 5. Suddenly, all the people who like chess in this community are rooting for you because they didn't know that you played chess, alright? You can come back. You've shown that you're a solid player here. You have that population lead. It's mainly with villagers. Just continue to pressure. And get elite skirm out fast. I think elite skirm could complement that army so nicely for him. It's good against pikes and it's good against the Mangudai. Now that is 800 gold a tile, guys. So that's quick maths. 3,200 gold, right? 3,200 gold. That's enough gold for Vinchester to make some siege and for Vinchester to make more Mangudai and win. Now let's check the relic count for FedEx. FedEx doesn't even have a monastery. Are you kidding me, Vinch? Are you kidding me? There's that relic. Vinch has 3. Andy has the extra golds. Andy's getting siege ram. Oh, man. It doesn't look good when the person with more population is playing so defensive, does it? Ooh, maybe he'll spot the gold back there, though. He has some light cav. They will die, but the skirms will arrive. Some camel. Yep, this is good. That's an area you can pressure. And this is an area you can clean up if you're FedEx. Let's go! Let's go! He's holding this. At the very least, he's holding this. Still has some gold income himself. He doesn't have much gold soon, though. Like, he needs to get back out to these golds, where there's about 1,200. And he really needs some skirms there. But the raiding will do damage. FedEx obviously sees the gold. This is quality, man. This is quality. This is an amazing game. And is that it for Vinch? Can he produce more? Or is he just done? No, he still has Mangudai. Okay, so I don't... there's still a lot of debate over how I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube. But I think this is going to be its own game. Alright? Because you guys... I want the community to see how awesome this map can be. And this is just a quality game. So if you're just getting here, if you're just seeing this and you didn't see the previous games, I guess, from this qualifier, Vinchester won game 1 and 2, and FedEx is looking to come back in the best of 5. This is a fantastic game. What's really weird with Indians, though, is since the villagers are so cheap, you can easily get to 130, 140, but sometimes it's very deceiving in the statistics. I think now, though, if you look at the total military, it's also significantly better for FedEx. The only downside for him is that he does not have as many relics. Or any relics, actually. There's 2 in the center. But with Camel, Hussar, and Elite Skirm, and they're about to be fully upgraded, I don't see Vinchester being able to hold the left. He certainly can't push the right. I think Vinchester will slowly be starved out in this game. There's a whole lot more blue on this mini-map. Yep. Vinchester drops off the gold before the villagers die. And there's a siege workshop for FedEx so he can ram a bit. Yeah, man. Every time Vinchester deals with the left now, FedEx, if he's thinking about it, will pressure the right. Yep. This is perfect play from FedEx. Do you guys remember that one cav archer that Vinchester had patrolling there? That's funny. It just now came into play. Beautiful, beautiful play from FedEx. And now his army's significantly cheaper too, because he's producing a lot of Hussars and Skirms. Whereas Vinchester's still heavily relying on Mangudai. He really needs to get his own Hussars. Like, Mongols can win any game if they can keep about like 30, 40 Mangudai alive. And complement that with something else, like Hussars in this case. But I'm even worried for his farm and wood eco now. I don't think that FedEx is going to complain about this type of an engagement, because he is still killing the gold units. Yeah, Vinchester really just has nowhere to go right now. And here we go, FedEx, still pressuring the right side, and he has a trap, and Vinchester knows how important that castle is. And here come the Mangudai. Mangudai having that bonus for siege should clear that out, if the light cav does not. Yeah, okay. So that This army gets mopped up. Vince, just take care of the Treb, please. He just seems so far behind in population. Okay, castle will stay up. That's important. Left side, he's pretty much lost at this point. My goodness. Skirm's on the way, Hussar's on the way, mainly for FedEx. Still really bothers me that he has not taken this relic, and he has not taken this relic. Because if Winchester can snag a few relics, you never know. Keeping an eye on Winchester's resources, guys. He's only going for light cap. He does not have the resources for Hussar. I think it's probably better he pumps whatever gold he has left into the production of Mangadai and Rams and not the Hussar upgrade. So this is probably the right move. You really have to prioritize that sometimes. He is sending a few villagers this way to take that gold. And he is pushing this castle. Is this really happening? Is this really happening? Is Winchester somehow not dead? There's tons of military for FedEx, but a lot of it's in the center. And a lot of them... Okay, I think they were waiting for a big group around the Mangadai. Yeah, there it is. Okay, finally. Actually keeps that castle up. Got scared for a moment there for FedEx, man. Well, win or lose here for FedEx, I think that he can be satisfied with his performance, but he's going to be a whole lot happier if he gets a win. He should win this game. The only bad thing for him is that he does not have relics. He should get this win. He has the left side secured. I see him making a monk now, so he wants to get the relics. Winchester is, well, his farm is getting attacked. Thanks, DE. But she seems... The funny thing is this a bug or what? So I know that the whole Hussar attacking farm thing is a bug. When you patrol units, sometimes they'll attack farms first. But she doesn't seem to want the farm either. Whoa! Did it auto-reseed the farm when the Hussar killed it? I've never paid attention to those little things. That was really weird. 125 population has been the population for Winchester consistently over the last 10 minutes. Yeah, that was 300 IQ from FedEx to get Winchester to waste some wood. Nah, really, like, as long as you have your food and wood eco in FedEx's position, it's not even about gold at this point. You can constantly produce skirms and Hussars. And it's not something that Winchester can really push that easily. So yes, Winchester can hit and run, but if you're hitting and running, and you're in Vince's shoes, you're running back into your corner. You're not pushing. So just a little bit of gold income is nice. I hear he's collected a relic. Yep. And he might get this one next. He does have this gold to mine. That's still about 1,000 gold. So 40 military for Finch. That also has been the number for a while, and it's been 70 for FedEx. And it's pretty much a grind at this point, right? Like, you know that Winchester's trying to push you back on the right. So you hold that with 50 military, and then you raid with 20 military, or you go for the castle in this case. Like, just keep Winchester moving all around. Guys, I know that Winchester has held on. I know he played good in game 1. I know he played good in game 2. But FedEx, he's not finished yet in this qualifier. So we have a lot of big matchups today for those who are watching on Twitch. I felt like this would go 3-2 Vinch, because I know FedEx has been extremely active. I feel like the next set is also going to go to 5 games. That is Zupi versus Lix. Two players who are arguably stronger than the two we're looking at here, despite their seed. And then the last best of 5 we'll see is Cloud against Lan, otherwise known as Antagonist, or Lantagonist. I just keep looking at Pop, guys. It's not changed for Vinch. It has not changed at all, and he has to deal with that Treb, so as he goes in to deal with the Treb, he'll lose some Mangadai. So annoying to push Mongols, though. Yeah, a few Mangadai going down. Over here, it's still just light cap pushing skirms. Winchester, if you dip below 100 pop, I think that's a sign. And, okay, you heard it. I assume that was probably the GG. Sorry we don't have in-game chat working today. Did you hear that? Oh, that's such a tease. That's such a tease. What if FedEx spoke to him? Oh, Robo said they had a pause. Never mind, they had a pause. They paused the game. False alarm. So guys, Dave is much better at telling this story. Actually, Dave is much better at telling most stories, but I'll try my best. There was a game between Winchester and MBL years ago. I used to do what's called the T90 series. It's basically show match, which is what you guys know it as nowadays. And so anyways, in that show match, there was a 3-hour game. And at the start, Winchester was streaming his point of view, right? And at the start, Winchester was sitting up in his chair, like all energetic and ready to go. And MBL apparently went back and watched Winchester's stream after the match. And Winchester just kept sinking lower and lower and lower and lower into his chair as the game went on. It was a crazy game. I hope this doesn't go 3 hours. But it's typical of MBL to go back and watch that, man. Still remember when I was MBL's roommate, and, you know, I casted games in ECL of him earlier, and so we get back to the hotel, MBL immediately pulls out his phone and starts watching the casts of all of his wins. Not the losses, only the wins, to see what I would say. And I'm like, can you not do that? It's really weird to have somebody watching my broadcast in the same room as me. And he's like, you're a caster, man. This is the life you signed up for. So, I mean, he's not wrong, but yeah, freaking MBL. Man, Winchester, I only thought of MBL, really, is because Winchester's being a damn cockroach here. He will not die. Eventually, he's gonna run out of wood. Like, my goodness. Maybe FedEx needs a little bit more patience with the trebs instead of sending one. I call that trickle trebbing. I think trickle trebbing is a mistake in most cases. I think save this. Oh, don't throw, Vinch. Don't throw. Oh, no. Why did I say Vinch? I meant FedEx. Save the treb. Wait till you have 2 or 3, and then go for it. Guys, look at the populations. Look at the military. Winchester has held on. He is not finished. And another treb gets taken care of. Oh no, FedEx. FedEx, man, don't throw this. Normally, I'm a big fan of using emotes in my chat. As a streamer, that makes sense. But the T90 throw emote, I do not want to be seen here. Alright? I really would like to see... Wait, is FedEx getting gold shaft mining right now? He is. Where is he even mining gold? There's stone there. Why did he get gold shaft mining when he's not mining any gold? Wait, hold on. Damn it, I switched my go-to mining camp hotkey recently. Do you guys see him taking any gold? It says he has 10 on gold. Oh, wow, that's a lot of gold. It's kind of hidden behind the town center there. Well, I mean, you should put that gold into more damn trebuchets and probably consider some camels. But again, just wait. There's no need to send out a single treb. There's no need. Because what will happen is, you send out the single treb. Oh my god, I'm losing it. FedEx, all of Argentina is screaming at you. Can you hear it? All of the people in Argentina. Oh my god. So, you know what I really think it is? In these post-imp situations, speed is one of the most important factors. And so FedEx has the position. The chess guy has the position. But, like, continuing with the raids and keeping track of all these small little things is extremely difficult for him. Whereas for Winchester is definitely behind. But he's been able to immediately notice. Like, here again, another treb goes down. Like, he notices these things immediately. Which is why I think FedEx needs to slow the game down. Wait till you have like 4 or 5 Trebs. I've upped the number to 4 or 5 now because I don't believe he can do it with 2 or 3. And then make a move when the time is right. Still, FedEx should win this game. Can we please salute both players, though? Because only one player is going to make it out... I almost said make it out alive. I guess make it out alive in this qualifier bracket today. And I think they've both shown how good they are. I'm hoping FedEx wins this. I'm hoping he doesn't lose another damn Trebuchet. And I'm hoping that we see more games. But this is awesome. This is the beauty of a qualifier, guys. Neither of these players played in the previous Hidden Cups, and they both shown that they have the skills to pay the bills. He lost another one. I swear to God. I swear to God. We recently had an amazing donor contribute $5,000 extra to the Hidden Cup 3 prize pool, which takes our total to $49,500. And he wanted to give $100 to every single participant in the qualifier and every single participant in the main event. So that's like $4K, $100 to each player. While also like we'll spread the $1,000 elsewhere and the rest of the prize pool. But anyways, if he's a FedEx fan, he might contact me afterwards and be like, "Hey, remove those $100 if he loses another trap." Like seriously. My goodness. All right, we have some thanks. DE Stutter. And it's really always been about the position of the Mangatai, right? Which side is the Mangatai on? Well, this time it's the right side. Now, yes, there you go. Now you send more than one Treb. Okay, he's gone from 1 to 2. All right, so we've improved. He's gone from 1 to 2. I like it. I like it a lot. And that means he should take care of this castle. Vinchester has no stone, so Vinchester cannot repair. That castle will go down. And then hopefully he packs up those Trebs quickly. That's a 100% increase, yes. Indeed. And I have to give him credit. He's been raiding the farms and everything, too. He's been raiding here. He also has been keeping an eye on the gold and the wood on the left. Vinch is thinking about raiding a bit. Okay, he did lose 1 Treb, but if you send 2, you still have a Treb alive afterwards. Wow. More than anything, though, you can now raid these farms, because that castle's out of the picture. Okay, Vinchester sending the Mangadai back this way. Go back to the right. Is he making Trebs? Not yet. He's really low on wood, actually. Yeah, and he has to deal with this. If Vinchester wins this game, I will be so surprised. Like, what a game it has been for both. But it has felt like Vinchester has been dead for a while. But I can see why he's continued to play. 1 hour and 21 minutes in, and now we have a single Trebuchet for FedEx. Okay, no, there's 2. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. The thing is, the raids are still good. Oh, no. He's also sending Vills to build a forward castle there. Why not wait for the castle to go up? Alright, that goes down. Another Treb here! Oh my god, man, I'm losing it. I think this one will stay up. Oh wait, no, there's a siege ram there. Oh no! No, FedEx! I am never using FedEx for any shipment. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get all the packages on time. It's 140 population for both. Like, they both lost a massive amount of population. And now FedEx has a Dowd Castle. It's 135 for both! There's no way that FedEx loses this. Still, I feel like there should be no way that he loses this. Oh, man. Dude, this would be so much funnier if this was in the main event of Hidden Cup. Like, if FedEx makes it into the main event, just remember, anytime someone loses a Treb, FedEx confirmed. There's still some gold here, by the way. That's 700 gold. That's enough to lose 4 Trebuchets. Oh my god, Vinchester. Like, I know that it has not been convincing from FedEx at times with the use of siege. However, Winchester has been backed into a corner for so long, and he's been so quick to realize when the Trebs come out. And he's been shifting sides, he's been switching positions. How many people with a show of ones in chat would resign if you had 120 pop, you were backed into a corner, and your opponent had 200 population? How many? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to take anything away from Winchester with the FedEx complaints with the Trebs. Like, there is no world in which Winchester should have had a chance, and somehow he's held on. He's closing in on 1,000 kills. And what did I say? If you keep the Mangudai numbers up, you can hold on. And that's what he's done. And if you're FedEx, I think at this point you're beginning to get really, you're beginning to lose hope. You've got to be losing some hope, man. You see the score. You now see that Winchester's starting to raid a little bit, so suddenly you have a lot less control than you did a moment ago. That castle was a doubt castle. You know Winchester has more relics than you. You know Winchester has more wins than you in this series. Wow. Like, it's not easy to push Mongols with siege, especially if Mongols are played this way. And guys, this is what happens now. Winchester, he's raiding, and then FedEx needs to send at least one more population than sorry. He needs to send at least one more pop to defend than what Vinch is attacking with. And this is where it all starts. Like, as that happens, there's suddenly some idle time here. FedEx deals with that, and then more red comes in. Look at this! This is perfect play from Winchester. I'm a caster. I talk about game theory. I talk about what would happen in an ideal world. Winchester is doing exactly what he should be freaking doing in an ideal world. This is amazing. He just continues the cycle. And now it wouldn't surprise me to see him go to the left. And look, Light Cav go to the left. This is incredible. This is incredible. Yeah, just one or two units here or there sprinkled in. But guys, it's 190 population for both now. It's 190 population for both. They both have 115 bills, 70 military. This is incredible. The raids are coming in at both farm ecos. FedEx is done with the Treb jokes, okay? He's had it. He has had it. He wants to win and show you all. This is sick. This is a sick game. We could, like, I still don't know who's going to win. I'm leaning heavily towards Winchester right now because of the Mangudai. But we could look back on this after the qualifiers and say that this is one of the best games from the qualifier. Seriously. Incredible. I'd like to see Vinch or somebody try and take some of that gold. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the siege rams are here. FedEx. FedEx has only been making hussars and skirms. He does not have gold anymore. Winchester has been holding with pikemen and light cav from that raid. That castle will go down, which means that FedEx will no longer have that right side secured, and he has been taking losses here too. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Winchester is a beast. So let's compare the ways that they can use gold now. FedEx, you can't really justify making camels, right? If you could afford to make a bunch of camels, you could probably justify it, but you can't. So it's got to be... Gold is pretty much Trebs, and the Trebs have all disappeared. Gold for Winchester, I think massing Mangudai makes a whole lot of sense, so you could use some gold there. You could also use rams, and he's done both of those things consistently. And he has one extra relic. I guess the only difference here is that Indian skirms are a little bit better than Mongol skirms if Vinch isn't making any. And also the fact that Winchester has the additional relic and does not have hussar. There's been one too many times where FedEx just hasn't been quick enough to react and garrison his town center here. He does have farming eco on the left, but I'm just waiting for it, guys. Like, if FedEx somehow holds on, and I'm not even sure that's possible now, Here comes some camels. Now you'll see exactly what I said about adding the camels in a second, because Winchester will probably micro them down. I think. Still ends up being very good for the Mangudai, but I think Winchester will send a big wave of light cav eventually to the left. And they're now Hussar. So he's researched Hussar. He needs some on the right, though. He needs some on the right, Winchester. Oh, man. This game has had more swings than a playground. This is crazy. Because I get really worried for Vinch when he loses Mangudai numbers. He's at 14 now. He was at like 30 before. Okay, there go the Hussars. Here are the Hussars. It's so peaceful back here. FedEx is quick walling for 2 Hussars, which is huge. Guys, Winchester is chopping through all the wood. Soon he has to go forward for wood. Like, the odds of that happening, of all of this being chopped, is unreal. FedEx has TC'd the left side, so he has, I don't know if you could really call it control, but he has a lot of wood control. And it really helps to reboom with Indians, because the cheap vills, if you had another Civ in this position, I don't think you could reboom, because he's been raided so heavily. But I think you can reboom with Indians. Mongols, I mean, Vinch's farm eco has been pretty much untouched with the exception of this area. This farming eco has been amazing. Okay, Vinch is collecting that gold, which is amazing. Why is he choosing to run underneath a town center with his Mangudai? I don't like that. Okay, now he's leaving. What is this map called? This map is called Slopes. This map is called Slopes. There's also gold over here. There's about 900 gold. I honestly can't believe what we're seeing. Winchester was 80 population behind at one point. 80 population behind. Like, people who will watch this YouTube video, I know you guys, alright? I know you try and resist the urge to check to see how much time is left on the video. I know that you guys try and resist it. You're good people, but you always check. I know it. If you think the game's over, you always check to see how much time is left. And you probably checked when you saw the earlier stage for Winchester, and you probably couldn't believe how much time was left in the game. I only know that because I've done that myself. Wow, this is a lot of Hussars back here. Split groups. Hussars here. Hussars here. Hussars here. Good luck chasing me, FedEx, and good luck holding as I run right into the center of the map with my Mangudai and more Hussars. This is incredible. This is insane. Now, the difference between the Hussars, if you're wondering, Indians get full upgrades, Mongols lack the final armor, but they get 118 HP. So they end up being pretty similar. It always depends a bit, but you guys can't see the production. FedEx has decent production, but he only has 45 farmers now. It's 82 for Winchester. 82 farms means that he can spam Hussars for days. Is that it? Did that raid just finish off the game? So many farmers dead. Winchester doesn't even seem to care about the fact he's fighting underneath the town center right now. He doesn't even seem to care. He has picked the spot right between the TC and the castle. The ram will come in for the stables. Winchester's still focusing on the left a bit. Winchester's still on the right side. Winchester's everywhere. This is crazy. And now, when he was at one point behind by 80 population, he's ahead by 80 population. This is ridiculous. Winchester, I cannot believe he won this game. It's over now. It's got to be over. 60 vills for FedEx. There's no way you should come back from 60 vills. Not when you need Hussars and skirms. Not when Winchester has... Winchester has more farmers than there is villagers for FedEx. Unreal. That castle crumbles. That gold can be taken. The Rams will take out those stables. The Mangudai and Hussars are on the move. Winchester is a beast. is an absolute beast. And whoever is going to face him in the next rounds, good luck. Like, FedEx is no slouch, man. 96 population for FedEx. I think it's now one of those situations where if this was game 1, FedEx would call GG. But because he knows if he loses this, he gets swept. If he loses this, the qualifier's over for him. He doesn't want to call it. But he'll come to terms with the situation soon. I think he'll know. It's not getting any better for him here. He won't be able to afford to rebuild stables and make units. One of those that, and I'm summing it up here before the game is actually over, but it's one of those that there's a bit of throw involved, but against good players, if you give them a small opportunity, they'll find a way back. That's what it was. It was not a complete throw from FedEx. It was not a complete throw. I think it's unfair to Vinchester to say it's a complete throw, but there were just a few moments where we thought, okay, that shouldn't happen for FedEx. Vinchester took advantage of that. Vinchester took advantage of that. Wait, what? Oh, wow. Vinchester suddenly, when he was at 120 population and FedEx was at 200, has 100 more pop. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I think the biggest mistake from FedEx was the trebuchets. If you didn't trickle treb, do not trickle treb, okay? Just save a few trebs and then wait, then it's different. Extremely tough against Mangadai. He probably still wouldn't have taken out all the castles. I think he definitely would not have taken out all the castles. Vinchester still could have held on, but that was the one big takeaway I had from the Imperial Age with FedEx. But guys, salute the crap out of him. Imagine, he knows this, right? He knows this. He will have felt like he had this game in the bag, and he is probably shocked. FedEx, continue to play, my man. That was amazing. 99,000 food collected for him. You had more stone and more gold, and Vinchester somehow held on. Vinchester somehow held on. That was incredible. 1,500 kills for Vinchester, 1,000 units lost. How good was his micro? You had elite skirms, which counter the Mangadai out there, and a whole lot of hussars, and he was able to keep those Mangadai alive, and he used them so well in that game. Keep in mind, it was pretty much just Mangadai Ram and a few light cav for most of that game for Vinchester. He didn't have much else. Here! How did Vinchester hold against this? Look at this! Light blue is economy, dark blue is military. This means that FedEx had double the military and more economy. I'm not sure in the exact math on that. But I think this was where it was 120 population versus 200. And this was where the trickle trebbing started. Like, they should put destroyed trebuchets here. Because I think that's where the trickle trebbing started. And maybe if FedEx did not trickle treb, he could have finished Vinch off there. But still, that's incredible. That is an incredible hill to climb. And Vinchester did it. Whew, alright. Someone says light blue is trebs. No, light blue isn't trebs. Oh my god. What a series. What a series. So, again, I don't know my exact plans with YouTube uploads. Some of them are going to be uploaded in full best of fives. I think all will actually be uploaded in full best of fives. However, some of them might just be unlisted in the playlist on YouTube. Because I do want all of them to be watchable on YouTube. But regardless, YouTube, it will say so in the description. I just don't know what future me is going to decide on doing. Someone said they want to return to the map. Sure, we can return to the map. If there's something you wanted me to look at here for you, I could show you. But how good is that map, by the way? You need good players to play maps like that to make them impressive, but whew, that was awesome. That was so cool. Yeah, you could also argue that FedEx could have maybe held on to those relics in early game. What was the relic gold like? Yeah, 5,200 relic gold for Vinchester and 2,500 for FedEx.